What happens when you order Hellboy from Temu?
Shall we watch the trailer, guys? Let's watch it all together. Tell me when to stop it, and I'll just stop it and pause it. All right?
Stop.
Stop there.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
No, this is first thing first. Catch Up Entertainment. I looked these people up. They've done jack shit all. They've been around for about a decade, but this is probably, we got some money from some questionable places to put into your movie to launder. Anyway, continue. Sorry. Because here's the next point. Rights retainer.
Millennium,
You knew exactly what you and I know where that comes. Yeah. That's what all this is, kids. That's all this is. Yeah.
Which is a shame because they were also doing Red Sonja. But that's not a rights retainer because they've had that for ages.
Yeah, they've got like that locked down for a while, I think.
So I'm hoping that's actually them trying to make it.
Because this is 5 years in, and these rights have bounced around a few places now. And I think Millennium's had the rights since either the remake or one of the, I think one of them, yeah.
I keep hearing Deliverance in my head. This whole trailer.
Well, that's where it was shot.
Ding, 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 ding.
The Appalachians.
Let's watch a little bit more.
Something in these hills. Something haunted. Evil.
It's very generic, isn't it? It's very generic.
You know, I could shoot this.
Speechless. Yeah. So watch a little bit more, guys.
It smells like death.
Is this like Hell Baby?
Death.
Because he looks like. Actually, no, I can't even say he looks like a young Hellboy. He just looks like
he is
a cosplay Hellboy. It doesn't matter.
He is supposed to be a younger Hellboy, yeah.
I don't care.
Look,
they got the wrong face. That's the thing.
Like what they've also done, right? Is I can't believe they've done this. I've only just noticed they've painted on the shadows of his chest muscles.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you paint on the shadows, mate? Like, what are you doing?
It's cheap ass shit.
Jesus Christ.
You add enough filters, nobody will notice. Kind of like with Zack Snyder crap.
Wow.
But no, like I was saying, like this guy's face is the wrong shape.
Well, you can see I can't do it with a mouse, but you can see where they got the bald cap on his head as well.
Well, that too. But I mean, it's just like, look, I mean, David Harbour, I haven't even watched that one yet, but at least I will give him that he at least has the right shape. Like you need like a squarer face to be Hellboy. He's got like a moon-shaped face, like a long face. Like what the hell? He looks like Mac the Knight, not fucking Hellboy. I don't know what they're doing here. Pardon my French, but this looks bad. This looks worse than a TV series. Go ahead.
Oh, it gets much worse.
How do you know that?
Dark things called dark things.
That dialogue. Dark things called a dark
thing. It looks like Hellboy got some collagen injections.
God, it's so bad, isn't it?
It's
oh.
I had to clean up this image when I made the stinger. And I'm like,
how do you clean that up?
It was a mess.
I mean, that is some of the worst sideburns. Those are the fake ass sideburns I've ever seen. Like you can smell the glue.
I heard tales about him all my life. Most just called him the Crooked Man.
I hate that. It's got every generic horror thing in it. The Crooked Man. Oh God, whatever, mate.
Well, this is an urban legend from the Appalachians. I'll give him that much, but like this does not feel like a Hellboy kind of story.
No, it is. The Crooked Man is
Yeah,
a
it
very
is. I
famous
know
comic
that.
story,
I know it's
yeah.
taken straight out. So this might even be a almost beat for beat doing
Mm.
of that comic. I don't know, but look, we all know what it is. This is a rights retainer. They spent $2 on this. We didn't even know this thing was coming unless you had any inclination, H.
I knew it was coming. Yeah, me and Andre spoke about this a few times, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't even hear about it till recently, until yesterday. So I guess I didn't know about it.
Man, I'm on it with all this dog shit stuff. And I know all the crap stuff in production. Oh God, Adam Henson says, "Why does this remind me of the Monsters?" Oh, yeah, man.
Yes. Here's okay. You know what I think part of the problem is? This makeup probably wouldn't look as bad on film, right, Culture? I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're correct. You're correct. If this was shot on film, a lot of the things that we are noticing wouldn't be there. But this has a soap opera effect, right, Tom?
Yeah, you've got a digital problem here. And this is and I seen this recently. I can't even believe this shit. Get this shit, guys. You know what they're doing recently to try and make movies look more like movies? They're literally putting the film, they'll shoot it in digital. They'll spit it out on film, then rescan that film so it has a filmic look. It's like, why not just shoot it on film in the first place and scan that?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
And that's okay. So if people are wondering why I'm saying this, look, film and digital cameras, and you might be able to speak a little bit more on this, H, since you actually have more experience now than I have in the last few years. Film cameras and digital cameras capture light completely differently. You have to light everything completely differently. And the way film has always captured light compared to digital, because they're so different, that's one of the main reasons they have such a hard time getting the right look now. When you go to a movie and you're just like, something looks off, something feels dingy, something feels flat, something feels sterile. That's why, because there's no actual life to the light, because what film is a chemical reaction to light. Okay.
Yeah.
So it captures things the way our eyes do, which is kind of weird.
Unlike
in a short version.
It's not just that either. It also catches noise. So there's also a whole bunch of sort of artifacting that appears on film.
Because of wavelength, because of the wavelength of the light. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has a magic to it that you lose with digital. And digital, you can film with candlelight in digital. That's the problem. And so the flaws are going to stick out. Everything's going to stick out and stand out.
And that's because it's a digital process through a sensor instead of the what you're talking about, Tom, which is the film reaction. So yeah, just different.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going into this thing, but yeah, go ahead, H.
There are ways to get around it with digital cameras. Like, definitely not on a lot of it's about quality. So you actually degrade some of the quality and you add in artificial noise, but then also choosing different lenses, particular lenses. A lot of problems with, same with like fan films and same with anyone doing any, like a lot of people use the same lenses, like industry wide. So that's why everything looks the same, because there's like industry standard lenses.
They capture depth differently too.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But also those lenses, like vintage lenses, capture everything ever so slightly different as well. You can use a vintage lens on a digital camera and it would look completely different to most stuff. It would look much better. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah. But let's watch a little bit more of this, because
but that's just why it looks apples to oranges. That was my whole point with that.
Yeah. No, it's a perfectly valid point. It's a good point. Like, nice CGI train there, guys.
Yeah, that looks like stock train.
What is this?
That's the snake and anaconda looks more realistic than that. In like the 3 CGI shots.
What?
We've got company.
All your friends, they all gonna die.
And they're going too much into the horror realm with Hellboy. And hear me out for a second on this, and I'll tell you why. Because I've had a lot of girlfriends that like Hellboy, but they're not always into horror films. And the reason they like Hellboy is the same reason they like stuff like Twilight and shit like that. Because it's just on the edge of horror, but it's not quite horror. You know what I mean? Plus, it has a little bit of a romantic element mixed in with it. With you know what I mean? So, like, I've had a lot of girlfriends that have liked the first two Hellboy movies because of that reason. And this is not the kind of thing that's going to turn that audience on. Now, some guys might be into this, but yeah.
It just looks, it's like it's every trope. Like,
it's missing that humor. It's missing that spark that the first two films had.
It's just all a bit poo, isn't it?
Well, with the love, like people are saying in the chat, Hellboy's campy fun, but it has Lovecraftian roots. Well, the beauty of Lovecraftian stuff is with all the tentacle monsters and stuff, that makes it a little less like, because it's a little different when you have humanoid demons and creatures compared to like alien type stuff. People look at that differently. You can have a little bit more fun with that. It's not as dark, I guess is a better term. I don't know. I just think with Hellboy, I think you're better when you feed a little bit more into the camp, just a little bit.
No, I agree.
And the humor of it, because it's kind of the whole idea of it's, you know, a spawn of the devil fighting the bad guys. I mean, that whole idea in itself is a high concept kind of comedy element to it.
Yeah. Tommy Reviews has joined in, says unpopular opinion. Whilst I love the first Hellboy and its sequels, including the animated films, it works only as an animated movie. Cheers, Hcast. I don't know. I think they can work, but yeah, this is not. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it.
I mean, I get it. You can't spend the kind of money they tried to on the first two, and that was the problem.
Yeah, they did. It was a lot
because it doesn't have that kind of an audience, but I still don't see why there's a problem where you could spend 60, 70 million tops on a decent Hellboy movie.
Between 60 and 70 million dollars would make a good Hellboy movie, quite frankly. Accent Seller says, I love the film grain look. The colors are so organic. I recently rewatched A24's mid-90s. It was shot in 16mm and it looks gorgeous.
There's just something you can't do. It's just something yet. They're still not quite there. Yeah.
But on the topic of budget-wise, I mean, A Quiet Place Day One had a budget of $67 million.
There you go. See,
that looked absolutely amazing for its money. Like, that looked great, really good,
and it's playing like a disaster film. And I mean that like the actual disaster. That's what I mean. Like, yeah.
So anyway, there you go. I thought we'd touch on the Hellboy trailer. This is a rights retainer. It's going to bomb. I don't even know if it's being released in theaters. Like, we don't even know.
It deserves to bomb, dude. This is. I said this, and Tom, I think you agreed with me at the time, but this is a found footage mimicry that is done so poorly.
Something like that, I guess. I don't know. They're trying to do the whole. They're just leaning too far into the.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be like steady cam abuse. I mean, it's going to be god awful. I don't even.
Yeah, it's just terrible. So it will be funny to watch that play out. Well, so we'll obviously watch it here and talk about it because
and Command also brings up a good point. You could lean into some of the elements that made Stranger Things popular. I mean, not bringing kids, but I mean, that's what works about Stranger Things, right? Is it's Goonies meets, you know, horror, right? So like, it has that comedy camp element to it, but it also has the scary elements to it, and that's what people dig, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you can make that good.
That's what I point. Yeah, you can work with that. There's a lot of ground to work with there. Yeah.
Well, this will be comical anyway. We will watch it and review it, but. Let's
and I looked this actor up. I don't blame him for taking the role. I mean, it's a big, break for him. He hasn't done much, but poor choice for the creatives.
Yeah. Well, let's like I said, let's move on now.